Hello dear students, welcome to fourth part of chapter 1, that is number system. Students, in the last part, that is in part 3rd, we have covered a topic that proof of an irrational number. Okay, we have studied two methods for proving a number which is an irrational number. Okay, the first method was what? The first method was division method, where we found the value of square root terms, like if we want to show under root 2 as an irrational number. So in the first method, what we have done, we have found the value of under root 2, okay, by division method, and then we have seen that the value of under root 2 is non-terminating, non-repeating type of decimal. So in this way we have shown that it is an irrational number. And the second method was what? Second method was a contradiction method. Okay, and by the help of contradiction method we have shown that under root 2, under root 3, or whatever the number is there, that is an irrational number. Okay, now today what topic we have to cover? We have to cover representation of irrational number, representation of irrational number on number line. Okay, how we can show any irrational number on the number line? See, representation of rational number on number line, that topic we have already covered in part 2nd. Okay, now we have to show irrational number also on number line. So how we will show it? Let us see. See students, for this topic, okay, for this topic we will use Pythagoras theorem. And what is Pythagoras theorem? Pythagoras theorem is this theorem, basically it is for a right angle triangle. Okay, it is for right angle triangle. We know that in a right angle triangle, if it is base, it is perpendicular, and it is hypotenuse, then what is the relation of Pythagoras theorem? The relation in between, the relation among these three sides is what? That perpendicular square plus base square is equal to hypotenuse square. Okay, so to represent any irrational number on the number line, we will use this theorem. And how we will use? Let us see. Suppose students, there is a question that represent under root 2 on number line. Represent under root 2 on number line. So how we can show under root 2 on number line? Let us see. Suppose this is a number line, okay, and here it is 0. Here it is 0. Okay, so from this 0, if you will take 1 unit at base, okay, if you will take 1 unit at base, 1 unit means you can take 1 centimeter, you can take 1 inch, or some fixed distance you can assume as 1 unit. Okay, so at base I have taken 1 unit, okay, and after 1 this 2 is there, okay, and here it is -1. This is the number line, that in the right hand side of the 0 all the positive numbers are there, and in the left hand side of the 0 all the negative numbers are there. So what I am going to do here, see how we can get under root 2. Whatever the number is there to show on number line, that number we will take as hypotenuse. Okay, means we have to select two numbers. See, if we suppose that hypotenuse is under root 2, so for this value we have to take the values of base and perpendicular such that these base, perpendicular and hypotenuse will follow Pythagoras theorem. Okay, we have to take values of base and perpendicular such that it will follow Pythagoras theorem. What is Pythagoras theorem? Pythagoras theorem is hypotenuse square is equal to perpendicular square plus base square. So hypotenuse is what? Hypotenuse, we have to put the value of hypotenuse, that is under root 2 square. Now what two values of perpendicular and base we should take so that it follow this theorem? Okay, so suppose if we take perpendicular as 1, and also base as 1, okay, if we take perpendicular as 1, base also as 1, so it will be 1 square plus 1 square, under root 2 square is equal to 2, and 1 square plus 1 square, it means 1 plus 1, that is 2. So we can see that for the values of perpendicular and base, perpendicular as 1 unit and base as 1 unit, okay, then we will get hypotenuse as under root 2 unit. Okay, so whatever the number will be there, we have to think the values of perpendicular and base such that the value which we are going to show on number line, that should be on hypotenuse. Now see, if we have thought that the value of perpendicular and the value of base should be as 1, so at base we have to take 1 unit, so this distance we have taken 1 unit. Okay, at perpendicular also we should take 1 unit. So from here, this point, we will draw a perpendicular which should be of the same unit, of the same length, that is 1 unit. Now you can see that base is 1, perpendicular is 1. So if we join this point to this point, then it will be hypotenuse because it is perpendicular. Okay, so if it is hypotenuse, then surely it will be the distance under root 2. Okay, suppose this distance, this point is your A, this point is your O, okay, and this point is B. So OB will be equal to under root 2 unit. Why it will be equal to under root 2 unit? Because base is 1 unit, perpendicular is 1 unit, so base square plus perpendicular square will be equal to hypotenuse square, so it should be equal to under root 2 unit. Now in the question it is said that represent under root 2 on number line. Okay, represent under root 2 on number line, but this hypotenuse OB is not on number line. So how we will represent this distance on number line? So we will do one thing, that at compass, okay, from the compass we will keep the needle of the compass at this point O, okay, and our pencil should be there, means we will take the radius as OB and cut an arc to this number line. Okay, we will take the radius as equal to OB, and from that radius we will cut an arc to this number line. Okay, and wherever it cut the number line, so this distance OB from O to this B, this distance OB will be equal to under root 2 unit on number line. Okay, so we have to represent under root 2 on number line. What was the procedure? One more time I am going to telling you. See, we have to put the values of base and perpendicular. We have to put the values of base and perpendicular such that the hypotenuse should come as under root 2. Okay, so see, here I am going to write in the proper way. It is hypotenuse square, it is hypotenuse square. So hypotenuse square is equal to 2. So hypotenuse will be what? Under root 2 unit. Okay, so for any number which is to be shown on number line, what we will do? We will take two values, means one value of base and one value of perpendicular, such that it should follow the Pythagoras theorem, and that number should be as hypotenuse unit. Okay, that number should be as hypotenuse value. Okay, and after that, if we think that two numbers, as we have done in this question, that under root 2 we have to show, so we have taken 1 unit as base, 1 unit as perpendicular, then surely the hypotenuse will be of under root 2. And how we have represented on the number line? By taking the radius and cut an arc to the number line. Okay, so now students, you will put this heading in your fair copy and write this Pythagoras theorem, and after that this example question you have to write. Pause the video and note it down. Now students, here is another example question where we have to show under root 3 and under root 5 on number line. Okay, so firstly I am going to show under root 3 on number line, and then we will see that how we can show under root 5 also on number line. Okay, so firstly let us represent under root 3. So again the procedure is same. We have to take the values of base and perpendicular. Okay, we have to take the values of base and perpendicular such that it should follow the Pythagoras theorem, and at the place of hypotenuse this under root 3 value should come. Okay, so what values of base and perpendicular we should take, so that at the place of hypotenuse, means the value of hypotenuse, we will get as under root 3. Okay, let us see. See students, if we take base as under root 2 unit and perpendicular as 1 unit, okay, then see what will happen. B is what? Under root 2, so under root 2 square, perpendicular is what? 1, so it will 1 square, under root 2 square means 2, 1 square means 1, 2 plus 1 is 3, so hypotenuse square is equal to 3. It means the value of hypotenuse will be what? The value of hypotenuse will be under root 3 unit. Okay, so like this we will take the values of base and perpendicular. As you can see that base I have taken 2 unit under root 2 unit, and perpendicular I have taken 1 unit. Okay, and what should be in our mind? In our mind we have it should be in our mind it should be there that we have to keep such the values so that the hypotenuse will become the number which we have to show. Okay, so can we take as in the perpendicular also under root 2? Okay, see, it will you will get why I have taken on the base under root 2. Okay, you will get from here. Let us see. So base, on the base we should have under root 2. Then by scale can you measure under root 2 unit? No, because under root 2 is what? Under root 2 is an irrational number, okay, whose decimal value is non-terminating, non-repeating. So by the scale we cannot directly measure under root 2 unit. So what we will do? We will firstly represent under root 2 on number line, and then we will proceed for under root 3. Okay, so the procedure for showing under root 2 is same. 1 unit we will take as base, 1 unit we will take as perpendicular, and then we will join it, so it is your hypotenuse which will surely show under root 2. Okay, and after that by compass we will cut an arc. Okay, by compass we will cut an arc of the radius, this, suppose it is OAB. So by compass of the radius OB we will cut an arc, suppose it is C. So basically OC distance is of under root 2 unit. OC distance is of under root 2 unit. Now at the base we have to take under root 2 unit, so we will take the whole OC distance. Okay, it is under root 2. This distance is what? It is under root 2 unit. So this is base. Now at perpendicular, again we have to take 1 unit because we want to show under root 3 on number line. Na? So now let us see. By red marker I am going to mark here. See, it is 1 unit at perpendicular. Okay, at perpendicular it is what? It is 1 unit. And if we join base under root 2, perpendicular 1, if we join this point to this point, okay, so suppose it is point D. So this OD is hypotenuse. This OD is hypotenuse, which will show under root 3 unit. This hypotenuse will show what? This hypotenuse will show under root 3 unit. Now what should we do? By taking at the compass, by taking the radius OD, we will cut an arc, okay, on number line, and hence we will get another point. Suppose it is E. So from O to E, it is under root 3 unit. Okay, so remember students, okay, and from here it is also clear that to show under root 3 on number line, firstly we have to show under root 2 on number line, because in the values that we have taken, one was under root 2 and one was 1. Okay, so 1, so it is okay, but under root 2 is also there. So firstly we have shown under root 2 on number line, and then by the help of under root 2 I have shown under root 3. Okay, I am just explaining it once again because figure is too small. Okay, let us see how I have drawn one more time. This is the number line. Okay, this is your 0, which is point O, you can say. We have taken 1 unit. Okay, so from O to this point A, suppose it is 1 unit. So at perpendicular also we have to take 1 unit. At perpendicular also we have to take 1 unit. Okay, this line is what? This line is perpendicular. So if we join this O to this point B, so it is what? It is hypotenuse. So if base is 1 unit, perpendicular is 1 unit, so it means base square plus perpendicular square, it will be hypotenuse. Okay, as we have seen in the last question. Now we have to show this distance, this hypotenuse, we have to show on number line. So from at the compass we will take the radius as OB and cut an arc to this number line. Okay, so this point is C. So this OC represents under root 2 unit. From O to C, this distance is what? This distance is under root 2. Okay, and this is the reason why I have taken under root 2 unit on the base, because firstly to show under root 3 on number line, firstly we have to show under root 2 on number line. Okay, so we will get under root 2 on the base. Okay, so that's why I have taken under root 2 on at base. Okay, perpendicular as 1. So from C we have to draw a perpendicular. Okay, from this point C we have to draw a perpendicular, and then we will join point O and this point. Okay, like this. So suppose it is point D. So this OD will be what? This OD will be under root 3 unit. Base, because base was under root 2, perpendicular was 1 unit. So base square plus perpendicular square will be equal to hypotenuse square. Okay, and now how we can represent it on number line? Only we have to take at the compass, we will take the radius as OD and cut an arc to the number line. Suppose it is point E, and hence OE will show the under root 3 unit. And this, here it is 1, and after this it is 2. Okay, so in between 1 and 2, under root 3 will also be there, because we know the value of under root 2 is 1.414, okay, like this, and the value of under root 3 is 1.732. so both the numbers are in between 2 and 3, in between 2 and 3, in between 1 and 2, in between 1 and 2 means just after the 1 and before the 2. That is why these numbers are lying between 1 and 2. So this is the representation of under root 2 and under root 3 on number line. Okay, by the help of under root 2 only we can represent under root 3 on number line. Okay, otherwise not. So students, just note it down. This is the representation of under root 3 on number line. Note it down, then I will tell you the representation of under root 5 on number line. Pause the video and note it down. So this time, students, we have to show under root 5 on number line. Okay, under root 5 on number line. Then again we have to take the values of base and perpendicular such that when we put these values in the theorem of Pythagoras, so we will get the value of hypotenuse as under root 5. Okay, so what values we will take? See, the Pythagoras theorem is what? Pythagoras theorem is hypotenuse square is equal to base square plus perpendicular square. So what values of base and perpendicular we have to take such that at hypotenuse we will get 5. Okay, so what are the options are there? If we take base as under root 2 and perpendicular as under root 3, so under root 2 square will be 2, under root 3 square will be 3, 2 plus 3, that will be 5. But it is little bit complicated, na? Because if you take base as 2, perpendicular, base as under root 2, perpendicular as under root 3, so both the numbers are of square root, so it will be little bit difficult. Okay, so what values we will take? Suppose at base I have taken 2 unit, okay, and at perpendicular I have taken 1 unit. Then in Pythagoras theorem, if you will put at the place of base as 2 unit, then it will be 2 square and perpendicular as 1, so 1 square, 2 square is 4, 1 square is 1, so it will be what? It will be 5. So hypotenuse square is equal to 5, so hypotenuse will be what? Under root 5 unit. Okay, another option is there. You can take base as 1 unit and perpendicular as 2 unit. Okay, then also it will follow this rule. It will follow this theorem that hypotenuse will come under root 5 unit. Okay, so representation of this, how it will be there? Here it is 0, here it is 1, here it is 2, here it is minus 1, here it is minus 2. Okay, at base, if suppose I am going to show according to this. So at base, if we take as 2 unit, so from here to here, okay, it is 2 unit. It is 2 unit. And perpendicular only 1 unit is there. So suppose this is what? This is perpendicular, 1 unit. So you can see that base is 1 unit, perpendicular is 1 unit. So if we join it, the 2 square plus 1 square will be 5, will be under root 5 square. So the hypotenuse will show under root 5 unit. Okay, this hypotenuse will show under root 5 unit. Now by the help of compass we can cut an arc with the radius this. Okay, if it is point A, it is point B, and it is point C. So this distance OC, this time it will represent under root 5 unit. Okay, it was very simple because the numbers that you have taken base and perpendicular was easy. Okay, so it is easy to show under root 5 on number line. Okay, so students, just pause the video and note it down. Now students, to show irrational numbers on the number line, okay, the numbers from under root 2 to under root 11 or under root 12, okay, This we can show on one number line by the help of a spiral method. Okay, what is a spiral method? The same concept is there, that the values we will take such that it will follow the Pythagoras theorem. Okay, and it will start from under root 2. Let us see that how we can represent it. Suppose this is your number line. This is the number line. Okay, and 0 is here. Okay, 0 is here. The 1 unit that you have taken as base, it is here, and perpendicular 1 unit is here. It will start from under root 2. So how we will show under root 2 on number line? We will show under root 2 on number line by taking base as 1 and perpendicular as 1. Okay, then at hypotenuse we will get under root 2 unit. Okay, if we take base as 1 unit, perpendicular as 1 unit, then at hypotenuse we will get under root 2. Now if we take base as under root 2 and perpendicular as 1, then what value we will get at hypotenuse? We will get under root 3. How? Base square is 2, perpendicular square is 1, 2 square plus 1 square, it means 3. So hypotenuse will be what? Under root 3. So students, if we take base, if we assume that this point B, okay, if this OB we will take as base, if this OB we will take as base, and at this base we will draw a perpendicular. If we will draw a perpendicular at this base OB of 1 unit, okay, so base is under root 2, perpendicular is 1, so it means that when we will join this point to this point, okay, when we will join it, then what it is, then this is what? This is a right angle triangle where base is under root 2 unit and perpendicular is 1 unit, then it should be the hypotenuse. So if base is under root 2, perpendicular is 1, then it will be what? It will be under root 3 unit. Getting my point? Now if we take, at first what we have done, at first we have taken perpendicular as 1, base as 1, and such that we will get the hypotenuse as under root 2 unit. Okay, now we will take base as under root 3, perpendicular as 1. Okay, so what value we will get at hypotenuse? Under root 3 square is 3, 1 square is 1, 3 plus 1, that is 4. So hypotenuse will be what? Under root 4. Under root 4 means what? 2. Okay, so basically it is you can write like this, that under root 4, or we can say that it is equal to 2. So here what we have to do, here we have to take base as under root 3. Suppose it is point C. Okay, and at this base, if we draw a perpendicular to this base, okay, if we draw a perpendicular to this base, it is 90-degree angle. Okay, and perpendicular should be of 1 unit. So base as under root 3, perpendicular as 1, then hypotenuse we will get what? Hypotenuse we will get under root 4. Under root 4 means what? It will be equal to 2 unit. Okay, again we can continue this. How? If we take base as under root 4 or equal to 2, perpendicular as 1, then hypotenuse what we will get? 2 square is 4, perpendicular is 1, so hypotenuse we will get 5, so it should be equal to under root 5. Now at this, suppose this is the base, this OD is the base, and at this OD draw a perpendicular of 1 unit. Okay, draw a perpendicular of 1 unit. Then, and suppose this is point E, then this distance OE will be of under root 5 unit. It will be of under root 5 unit. Okay, are you getting this? What I am doing here, I am just supposing the hypotenuse as base and then draw a perpendicular on that base. Okay, and then I am joining it by O, joining it to O. Okay, again if we take base as under root 5, perpendicular as 1, then hypotenuse what we will get? Under root 6. Okay, so from here it is 90 degree, it is 1 unit. Okay, as we have done previously also. Okay, and then if we take this distance, then it will show under root 6 unit. Okay, in the same manner we can continue. Okay, if we suppose base as under root 6 unit, perpendicular as 1 unit, then hypotenuse we will get what? Under root 6 square 6, perpendicular 1 square 1, 6 plus 1 7, so hypotenuse we will get under root 7 unit. Okay, so see here it is base under root 6 unit and this is perpendicular. Okay, this is what? This is perpendicular of 1 unit. So if we join this, then this will represent under root 7 unit. Under root 7 unit. So students, you can continue in this method. Okay, by this method you can continue and you can represent under root 8, under root 9, under root 10, under root 11 like this. Okay, but we have to show the distance at number line. No? We have to show the distance at number line. So suppose we will follow the same procedure. If we have to show under root 2 on number line, we will take the radius as OB and cut at number line. Okay, we will cut an arc to number line. If we have to show under root 3 on number line, then we will cut an arc. If we have to show under root 4 on number line, which will be equal to what? Under root 4 means what? 2. So this point, okay, suppose this point is x. So this A, it is 1. This point will be your 2. Okay, and then it is 3. So under root 4 is what? 2. That is why when we have cut the arc taking OD as radius, so it passes through from point O. Okay, this arc will pass through from point O. Now the value of under root 5, when you will join it, so it will lie in between 2 and 3. Value of under root 6 also. Okay, value of under root 6 also, value of under root 7 also. Okay, like this it will also lie in between 2 and 3. So this method is known as, students, this method is known as spiral method. Okay, where at one number line we can show under root 2, under root 3 and under root 4. Okay, means in this way we can continue. And this activity, okay, basically this is activity also. So this activity I have given you in the class, the spiral method, as an activity 1 of chapter 1. Okay, so those who have not done till now, they will do it also in maths lab manual activity 1. Okay, so only you have to make this figure. Okay, not this. This I have told you to make you understand that if it is given that represent under root 6 on number line, so you will make like this, and after that under root 6 you will cut that arc for under root 6. Okay, now students, you should note it down. Okay, I have made it properly. One thing you have to remember, that all the perpendicular distance is of 1 unit, is of 1 unit. 1 unit. Okay, and it is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, like this. Okay, So note down it, everyone, in your fair copy. This is spiral method. Okay, pause the video and note it down. So students, whatever the topic we have covered in the last part and this part, okay, on the basis of that we can see exercise 1.2. Okay, we can solve the questions of exercise 1.2. So let us discuss the question of exercise 1.2. The question is what? Question number 1 is, state whether the following statements are true or false and justify your answer. The first part of question number 1 is, every irrational number is a real number. Okay, yes, we know that real number has divided into two parts, rational and irrational. So yes, it is true that every irrational number is a real number. Okay, yes, it is true. And also it is said that justify your answer. So what we will write? We will write that in the definition of real number. Okay, so you will write the definition of real number. What was the definition of real number? The definition was that all that numbers which can be shown on the number line, okay, that are real numbers. And we can see, we have just now learned that how we can represent irrational number also on number line. So if we can show irrational numbers on the number line, it means they are what? It means they are real number. Okay, so you will write the definition, and by the definition you will justify it. Second part is what? Second part is, every point on the number line is of the form under root m. Okay, every point on the number line is of the form under root m, where m is a natural number. Where m is a natural number. ठीक है, अब समझना, क्या ये स्टेटमेंट ट्रू हो पाएगा? कैन इट बी अ ट्रू statement? Every point on the number line is of the form under root m, where m is a natural number. Okay, no, because on the number line negative numbers are there. Okay, and negative numbers cannot be in the form of under root m. Okay, can you say that under root 4 is equal to minus 2? We cannot say. Okay, sorry, can we say that you can take the example of 0 also, that 0 is on number line. 0 is on number line. Okay, but it is not a natural number. Is 0 is natural number? No. Is 0 is natural number? No. Okay, and there are some rational numbers or irrational number also. So we cannot say that m is natural number. Always m will be natural, because 0 you can see there, and some negative numbers are there. Okay, that are not also possible. Some rational number we have shown like 2 by 3, 1 by 3. So that cannot be a natural number. Okay, so this statement is what? This statement is false. The third point is what? Third point is that every real number is an irrational number. No, it cannot be true. It cannot be true. Why it cannot be true? Because every irrational numbers are real number, but we cannot say the converse part, because in the real number there are some rational number, there are some irrational number. So rational number cannot be irrational number. Okay, so this statement is false, because we know very well that every irrational number can be real number, but every real number cannot be an irrational number. Okay, so third point is false. Now the question number 2. Question number 2 is what? Are the square roots of all positive integers irrational? If not, give an example of the square root of a number that is a rational number. Okay, so basically it is said that are the square root of all positive integers, square root of all positive integers. Okay, so if you will show the example of, if you will see the example of under root 4. Okay, so the value of under root 4 is what? Plus minus 2. Plus minus 2 means the square of plus 2 is also 4, square of minus 2 is also 4. So is it an irrational number? No. So the question, it is said that are the square root of all positive integers irrational? So you will simply write no, and then you will give the example that under root 4, under root 9. Okay, under root 9 is what? Plus 3 and minus 3, like this. Okay, so these are the examples where we can see that square root of this number is not an irrational number. Okay, so this is the answer of the second. Third is what? Show how under root 5 can be represented on number line. So two methods we have studied today for showing under root 5 on number line. Okay, and fourth one is classroom activity. Basically it is related to spiral method. It is okay. So like this we have completed this exercise also, exercise 1.2. okay, and students, in the next part we will see the decimal expansion related topic. Okay, so I think it is enough for today. Now we'll meet in the next part, that is in part 5, with some other topic. Till then, thank you everyone. Thank you class.